CBS Sports celebrates the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Devin McCourty, the standout safety for the New England Patriots, getting ready for tonight's game. Hey, folks, he is not only a standout on the field, but off it as well. Someone who exemplifies what it means to be a leader for both his team and his community, following the lessons taught by Dr. King and others before him.
I think Martin Luther King left a great example for all of us to follow. He didn't preach just from his own personal experiences. He preached from what other people went through in his community, people he met while traveling. He was able to tell their stories and tell why we needed a change. Super Bowl 53, getting the opportunity for one to play in the Super Bowl, but also to be down in Atlanta and to be in the home of Martin Luther King, and for the Martin Luther King Center to be right there. Just talking to some of my teammates, we were like, man, it would be a great opportunity just to go down there for the day with some of our off time and just experience it. He's inspired so many people, and especially athletes or different activists that go out and do these things on a regular. But I'm also inspired by the people who do it every day for a livelihood. For the last couple of years, I think just being a part of the NFL in general has been inspirational. It's been a journey. So many men in this locker room and locker rooms across the NFL want to make a difference. They want to have an impact. It's just been so many things that we've been able to be a part of and lift up these things and to have a voice. It's been tremendous. And I think each man has decided that they want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. Being a football player, you can, have some great accomplishments, win championships, awards, but to be able to look back at your career and say, man, I impacted some young kid that I didn't even know, and now his life is better. I think that's why God truly makes all of us to have that kind of impact. If I had a dream, my dream would be that, my 3 kids someday are in the world making a difference, making an impact, not just focus on making money or getting promotions. Out there trying to make a difference in community, changing people's lives. My biggest dream would be that, my kids can be the best people that they can be.
Where Boomer had the best comment, Jason and Devin, the best that the league has to offer. They are quality guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. When you see Devin McCourty, let me just say this first. He was an outstanding corner, and he goes to safety, and he has a Pro Bowl safety there, too. But Devin McCourty really is a special person, and he's the kind of guy that one day I'd say he could be a politician, has great effect on us. Heck, he could be the president of the United States.
I mean, the McCourty brothers are special in themselves, but I'll tell you, there are so many NFL players, the majority of them around the league, who use their platforms to make differences in their communities. And I think that's something we don't give enough attention to. We hear about all the people that are exceptions to it, but I tell you, the NFL, they have a lot of good players that have done a lot.
You know why Coach Belichick loves the McCourty brothers? All you have to do is sit down, talk with them, listen to them, and, he fits the mold of the Patriot football player.
No doubt about it, Boomer. And fellas, well said. Hey, time now to deliver our picks with Game Day Delivery presented by Amazon. Boom, not Amazon, right?
That's
Who's moving on, and what's the secret, Phil?
Okay, before I give you the score, I just want to say this about playoff football. Is it different? Absolutely. As soon as you run out of the tunnel for warm-ups, you can feel the tension and the energy and the excitement. It's real. But saying all that, I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills 24, New England Patriots 17.
I'm going to say 24-20, and I'm saying the Buffalo Bills as well, just from this standpoint that I just think Josh Allen, the way they played last time, they've been on a mission, and I look at Mac Jones, and I get concerned about him going down that road. They have to get off to a fast start, that being the New England Patriots. And I think if Mac Jones gets put in a situation on the road in the playoffs where he has to bring his team from behind, I think that's going to be a tough task to ask of him. So I like Buffalo 24, New England 20. I think it's going to be a close game.
I was trying to check out which offensive line had the guys with the least long sleeves. So who's got the arms out? And that was the team I was going to pick.
And why is that important, Boom?
Well, it's important to set the tone. Like the guys in Cincinnati, they used to come out without the sleeves on no matter what the weather was. They just said, let's go play some football. I'm going to take the Bills as well, 23-20.
Oh.
And to me, really what it comes down to is whether or not Buffalo is going to make a key mistake in this game.
Yeah. And we talked about this too, but special teams. Special teams is used. Remember last week against the New York Jets, the Buffalo punter drops the ball. And we talk about hidden field position. The movement, and it comes down to, can you finish drives with a field goal? The wind, and it's cold up there, it's not as far. These decisions you make on fourth down, the decisions that happen in the course of the red zone, whether you can stop and go for two or not go for two. And the kicking game, the hidden yardage within that is always a difference in this game. Turnovers in red zone, a big part of it.
Yeah, when I look at this, Boomer, you said something earlier. There's 8 to 10 plays that Josh Allen made the last time they played that was really special. Can he do that today? No, I don't think he can. And I think New England's counting on the fact that he can't make all these special plays, and it gives them a little confidence. But we've talked about this all year. When you talk about Buffalo, the offense is aggressive. They come out firing, and the defense does everything. They're not afraid, and I love that in a playoff game about a team that's just not afraid and worried about the outcome.
You know what? I've heard Bill Cowher say often with respect to players, you got to impose your will on the opposition.
Right.
I'm loving it from the coaching ranks, Bill, because Sean McDermott was like, hey, wait a minute now, please, let's not be giving him all this credit.
And Sean McDermott, this last game, he went for it on fourth down 7 times. So Sean McDermott is talking about, he's not going to settle for field goals. He's going to get down there, and can the New England Patriots come up with that big stop that can change momentum? You know Bill Belichick, he does? He tests your patience. He's going to sit there and play the rope and dope game with you. And I said it last time, Josh McDaniels was patient. Josh Allen was patient. He took the underneath dumps. He ran with the football. He did not turn it over. Now it's playoff time. Will Josh Allen stay patient in the playoffs?
You know, after they lost that game on Monday night in that snowstorm, where Mac Jones didn't really throw the ball, everybody was talking about how the Bills were manhandled and how they got physically whipped up pretty good. And I think that's what Sean McDermott did after that game. He made it personal between almost like him and Belichick himself. You know, Belichick obviously is the greatest football coach we've ever seen. So he's up there, and everybody's like bowing to him. And Sean McDermott's telling his team, we are not bowing any longer. So I think
I'm excited to see the New England defense, what they have in store for Josh Allen, and that offense. It's going to be a great team.
Devin Singletary, keep him involved in the game with the running game.
Speaking of team, kickoff is just a few minutes away, so we'll see you back at halftime. But as a tribute to Nate, up next is the Bills and the Patriots, and that's coming up when? Next!
Playoff football returned to Buffalo last season for the first time in a quarter of a century.
And the Bills win it! They snap the third longest active playoff drought in the NFL. It ends at 24 seasons.
This season, led by the NFL's #1 defense.
We set the tone!
And a star quarterback.
Allen to Diggs, touchdown!
The Bills captured their second straight division title, bringing the playoffs to Buffalo once again.
Let's go!
After a one-year absence, the New England Patriots are back in the postseason with a different look than perennial playoff teams of the past.
Jones, over the top he goes! Touchdown, Patriots!
Familiar foes collide as tonight marks the third meeting between these two teams in the last 7 weeks.
He runs through a big hole. Damien Harris to the house! Just flings it to Dawson Knox! Touchdown, Buffalo!
This time, it's win or go home. It's an AFC East showdown on Super Wild Card Weekend. It's Saturday night in Western New York, and where else would you rather be? Extremely frigid conditions for round 3 of the Patriots and Bills, and the most important chapter of this division rivalry. The NFL playoffs on CBS from Orchard Park. Buffalo in the postseason for the 3rd straight year. They are the #3 seed in the AFC. New England is the 6th seed, a wild card for the first time under Bill Belichick. And we welcome you inside the broadcast booth, which is outside. And the weather is legit. Ian Eagle, Charles Davis, Evan Washburn down on the field. We'll have more on the weather coming up. You think about where the Bills were during the offseason. They were the popular pick to maybe come out of the AFC and go to the Super Bowl. But it's been a little bit of a bumpy road for Buffalo. Now they're playing potentially their best ball at the right time.
They certainly are 4-0 down the stretch. And, of course, a big reason, their quarterback, Josh Allen. When he's at the top of his game, he walks that fine line between structure and improvisation. In his last 3 games against New England, 8 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions. The rookie for New England, Mac Jones, last time they were here, he only threw it 3 times in the wind. Tonight, I expect him to throw it more, especially on first down, to keep them out of third-long situations and keep drives going.
And, Charles, the message we got from talking to both of these teams, we know them, they know us.
They certainly do. 3 times this year, 2 times every year. For Bill Belichick, he wants his game not to be a track meet, wants his defense to keep him in it so his offense can run the ball and control the clock. For Sean McDermott, when he looks at this game, it's simply this. For us to get where we want to go, guys, we have to slay that dragon that is New England one more time.
It is a clean slate when you get to the playoffs. The Pats and the Bills, the winner advances to the divisional round. Countdown to kickoff continues right here on CBS. Super wild card weekend from Highmark Stadium. Temperature currently 7 degrees. Feels like -5. It's going to dip a little lower and braving the elements. Third member of our crew down on the field, Evan Washburn.
Yeah, and I can concur. And the Week 13 matchup between these 2 teams on this field was defined by gale force winds. Well, tonight, it's those Arctic temperatures. Important to note, though, this field, it's not heated underneath. It will continue to freeze over the course of this game, as will the footballs in this one. And that's where the teams are concerned. Game plan, scheme should not be affected. Ball security, though, should, both offensively and defensively. As for the mental hurdle of these conditions, Bill's safety, Micah Hyde, he put it best, saying early in this game, once the adrenaline wears off, you'll know who wants to be out here. Stay warm, boys.
Yeah, no doubt, Evan. Same to you. And here's the reality. Everybody's got to deal with it.
Yeah. Just because you live in a certain place, you still got to go play and perform in it.
100%. Considered the league's most prestigious honor, the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award recognizes NFL players who have not only exhibited excellence on the field, but whose passion to impact lives extends beyond the game, and it's led them to leave a positive legacy in their communities. This year's nominee for the Patriots, Lawrence Guy. The Bills, Harrison Phillips. Guy continued his holiday tradition. Shop with the Jock hosted his annual backpack giveaway. Phillips hosted his football camp for those with special needs, encouraged kids to give back to their communities. This year's winner will be announced at NFL Honors on Thursday, February 10th, 9 p.m. Eastern on ABC, ESPN Plus, and NFL Network.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway and by Intuit QuickBooks, official sponsor of the NFL.
Images from the 4 coldest games in NFL history, the coldest being the Ice Bowl, and this is going to fit somewhere on a larger list. Currently 6 degrees. It was 7 at kickoff. Damian Harris cuts to the outside. First play of the second quarter, and he spilled out on a hit by Tremaine Edmonds. So -13, the NFL Championship 1967. The Freezer Bowl, the Chargers and the Bengals, -9, 1981. You had the Seahawks and the Vikings in that NFC wildcard game, 2015. You had the purplish hue on the face of Tom Coughlin in Green Bay in that playoff game. It's bitter cold here.
Yeah, but Bud Grant went out in a polo shirt for that Minnesota game for the coin toss.
Yeah, I chose not to go polo shirt tonight. Let's take a look at Next Gen Stats powered by AWS.
Josh Allen at a fade rate. You talked about all what he can do with his legs and the mobility. And not only does he evade, he picks up yardage at the end. And then how about this? The Williams brothers with the Jets. Quinnen and then his brother Quincy both can't get him down. And he fires that shot to Stephon Diggs for a touchdown.
Well, just when you thought football couldn't get any more fun, here comes Nickelodeon, an NFL wildcard game you can't miss. Experience football like nowhere else. When the San Francisco 49ers take on the Dallas Cowboys in the wildcard game on Nickelodeon tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern. It's going to be wilder than ever.
I have to tell you, last week when we were promoting it, I got slimed. Definitely one of the highlights of my career.
Big reaction.
That was very cool.
Your family was very excited.
Very excited.
If you want to call it recent, Mark Sanchez, Joe Flacco going all the way back. Ben Roethlisberger.
Russell Wilson was the last one, I believe, in 2012.
Last 5 first-round rookie QBs to start a playoff game. Sanchez, Luck, RG3, Lamar Jackson, and Mac Jones tonight. And Buffalo has got the big lead at the break. Patriots, the largest halftime deficit in the team's postseason history. 27-3. Bills in front. End of the first half. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station.
Verizon is going ultra, and so is our best unlimited plan ever. Mary, welcome to Verizon's new plan with 5G ultra wideband now in many more cities.
Cool.
Up to 10 times the speed at 0 extra cost. Our 5G data is for reals unlimited, no matter how much you use.
Did you just say for reals?
Sorry. Let's put it to work with 6 premium entertainment subscriptions included.
Shh, I'm in the lead.
Go on, watch all you want.
I love this show.
And because a better plan deserves a better phone, how about a new one on us?
Seriously?
Yep, it's our best plan ever. Verizon is going ultra, so you can too.
Tune in February 13th, the biggest moment of the year, the Pepsi Super Bowl 56 halftime show featuring Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar. Getting ready for the second half here in Orchard Park, New York. The Buffalo Bills have got the lead on the New England Patriots, 27-3. The Pats will have the ball to start the second half. Iron Eagle, Charles Davis, Evan Washburn down on the sidelines. We're getting ready for the second half.
Where'd you get the jacket?
What jacket? Oh, this.
Was that?
Yes. Hall of Famer Kurt Warner, you might have noticed, wore this a few weeks ago, and it hit the internet by storm. Kurt saw that we had this assignment, and Kurt now runs a program, Warner's Warmers. He just sends the jacket out to whoever needs it. I feel like I want Jiffy Pop popcorn. I don't know about you, if you're in the mood for that. This thing is very warm. Kurt Warner, that was Raiders at Browns. This is the same jacket. Kurt sent this to me. And let me tell you, not all heroes wear capes. Some
They wear
heroes,
these jackets.
They wear silver bullet puffers.
Well, let's talk about the game real quick.
Yes.
Kurt, a brother would like a jacket too. But anyway, moving on from that, the only way New England gets back in this game, that defense can't just stop Buffalo, but they have to get takeaways and create extra opportunities for Mac Jones and the offense, which have to be extra efficient in this half.
I could use that. As you would imagine, Ian, at the half, it was a brief conversation with Bill Belichick. He was just visibly frustrated with the way his team played in that first half, and simply put, they just have to play better. As for Sean McDermott, applauded the execution of his guys. I asked him specifically, the message when you're up this big against New England at half, he said, well, they were down pretty big in a Super Bowl, and they found their way back, and that's all we need to know.
It's a 3-yard gain. Matt Milano with the stop. A whopping 9.1 yards per play for the Buffalo Bills. 300 total yards for Josh Allen and company.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Ram Trucks, J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality. The Home Depot, how doers get more done. And by DirecTV Stream, get your TV together.
Ready to get to the outside.
Bundled up in Buffalo. Yeah. 4 for Devin Singletary, and he's closing in on 100 on the night. Quarterback numbers, Mac Jones has been sacked twice, intercepted twice. Josh Allen has been nearly perfect for Buffalo.
So that means now in his last 4 games against New England, that's 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions for Josh Allen.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL. Domino's, get great deals on pizza, bread, twist, chicken, desserts, and more. And by Geico, you could save even more by bundling home and car insurance.
55 years to the day. Super Bowl I. That's Pat Summerall doing the interview with the headset on. 47-10. The Bills in front, the most points ever given up against Bill Belichick in the playoffs. That's a really tight shot of broth.
Is that the chicken broth?
That's the broth.
Guys, when it's a 37-point deficit, we go to the culinary arts. I can say that this is as good a chicken broth as I've had. The salt to consistency ratio, strong. It's going down smoothly.
Evan, the fact that your hair is held up in the elements is not a shock to anybody that knows you. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Super Hair and Super Wild Card Weekend continues tomorrow. Triple header concludes Monday night in L.A. Then the NFL Divisional Playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax Live. Kickoff next weekend on CBS, Fox, and NBC. Well, this is perfection.
I mean, they've done it every which way. 10-10. There's a 9-play drive. They've had 3-play.
Wow. It's never been done in the postseason. 484 yards. It's been a Bills explosion. And crosses the 30-yard line. Hit by Cam Lewis. Tomorrow, NFL Super Wild Card Weekend continues. Epic battle between two legendary NFC teams. Another chapter will be added to one of the game's most historic rivalries. The 49ers take on the Cowboys. Our coverage begins 4 o'clock Eastern. NFL Today Super Wild Card Weekend tomorrow on CBS in this fourth quarter. So, in the AFC, Cincinnati advances 26-19 win over Las Vegas, a breakthrough victory for that franchise. The Buffalo Bills will move on. Tennessee will play the lowest remaining seed as the #1 seed. All part of the divisional round presented by Intuit TurboTax Live. And you still have Pittsburgh and Kansas City tomorrow night. And a signature win for Sean McDermott. The Buffalo Bills stampede into the divisional round. They beat up on the Patriots 47-17. Buffalo moving on. And they look ready for this from the very start. Josh Allen, masterful once again against New England. They ended the season on a 4-game winning streak, and you could feel that confidence in this wild card matchup.
They look like a team ready for any challenge now. They look like no matter what's in front of them, they have the type of team that is ready to play that game. Complementary football. Offense, defense, they've got it.
They scored 25 points or more in 13 games this season, the most in the NFL. Well, tonight, they explode. 47 points in a wild card rout against New England.
Care how much you practice, how much you draw it up. You don't think 7 possessions, 7 touchdowns, and they did it.
Good. Down to the field, Evan Washburn.
Well, Josh Charles Davis, or as you like to call him, Chuck, just said it. 7 touchdowns on the first 7 possessions of this game. How'd you do it against this defense?
We had guys coming out here. We were ready to play. Good week of practice, a lot of preparation went into this one. Guys made some unbelievable plays, offense, defense, special teams. We start off really fast with the touchdown, and then Micah with the unbelievable play there in the end zone. We just kept the momentum rolling all day today, and we were happy to get this one.
For you, how would you describe the command you have of this offense as we head into this postseason?
I think we feel good. There's some things that we can clean up and work on. But at the end of the day, we moved on. We're to the next one. And it doesn't matter what we did today. It's what we do next week. And, again, we gotta put our foot forward and be ready for the next one.
Yeah, I get the one-track mind, but let's sit into what we just experienced, because we talked here last year. It was about 6,000 fans. Now you got a full house, a playoff win. What was this atmosphere like for you?
It was awesome. I mean, these are the best fans in the world. They deserve it. To share this experience with them, to hear the energy and the excitement in this building today, it was unbelievable. Extremely blessed and honored to be part of, obviously, the Buffalo Bills and Bills Mafia here. They've been awesome, and hopefully we can get one more. We'll see.
You went sleeves, a little cold, huh?
I went sleeves. I caved in. I think it worked out, though.
Absolutely. Congrats. We'll see you down the road.
Go Bills.
All right, Evan, Josh Allen not only saying all the right things, but leading this team in the right manner, week in, week out. Final score in Orchard Park, 47-17. The Buffalo Bills dominate the New England Patriots. Coming up next, State Farm postgame show. For Charles Davis, Evan Washburn, the rest of our crew, Ian Eagle saying so long from Buffalo. We'll send you back to James Brown in New York right after this.
This is the State Farm postgame show.
Well, folks, this is exactly what happens when the students become the masters. The Bills look unbeatable as they bulldoze the Patriots. An absolute blowout, 47-17. And hello, everyone, and welcome back to our New York studio and the State Farm postgame show. Tomorrow, NFL Super Wildcard Weekend continues with an epic battle, what is hoped to be at least between two legendary NFC squads. Another chapter will be added to one of the game's most historic rivalries when the Niners take on the Cowboys. Our coverage begins at 4 Eastern with more of the NFL Today Super Wildcard Weekend as it continues right here on CBS. James Brown alongside Boomer Coach and Phil. And folks, this one was decided long before the final. My goodness. Thoughts?
You know what? I think back to the Monday night game when New England ran all over Buffalo and how embarrassed Buffalo was after that game. And I remember Sean McDermott in his post-game press conference said, let's not, talk about Bill Belichick. It wasn't him. He doesn't play the game. And from that point on, this is a different Buffalo Bill team, especially when they faced New England Patriots. So this defense was flying all over the place. Micah Hyde made I thought, the play of the game. And what can you say about Josh Allen that hasn't already been said? I mean, it's like one of the great playoff games that we've ever seen. I mean, that was full Josh Allen on display tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this team, and I just loved afterwards. His interview with Josh Allen. He's ready to put this game behind him. It was a great performance by him. New England had no answer for anything they did, never punted. They haven't punted in the last 2 games that they played against them. And they were just too much. And then defensively, I think they got after him early. The big plays, you talk about the Micah Hyde interception, took out all the wind. Any wind that was in that sail, they took it out. And complete dominance. Now the question is, can they keep this up the rest of the
Yeah. Well, let's look at Josh Allen tonight, what he did. I mean, he was perfection is the word, Boomer. You said it, and he had so many great plays. Breaks the tackle, gets outside, nice little touch pass to the back of the end zone to Dawson Knox, 8 yards touchdown. Then look off the safety, gets the corner, he looks inside, throws it deep down the field, 34 yards to Emmanuel Sanders for the touchdown. And then this play action pass, just throw a dart to Gabriel Davis, 19 yards. We saw that a couple weeks ago against the New England Patriots. And look at the numbers Josh Allen puts up. The speed on both sides of the football was evident. They were clearly physically the better team, and their quarterback was great.
5 touchdowns, only 4 incompletions for Josh Allen. So it's about as good as you can play quarterback. And again, the way that he plays quarterback, and we talked about this when he first got into the league, he has to refine his game, and he's refined it to the point now.
He's getting bigger and faster.
Yes.
Bill Belichick did a heck of a job this year with a rookie quarterback to get to this point. Really.
Good point.
And we'll be coming back with some more insight from our guys as the State Farm postgame show will continue after this. Super Wildcard Weekend continues tomorrow, Bill, with a triple header, starting with the Eagles and the Buccaneers. That's coming your way at 1 Eastern on Fox. And the Niners and Cowboys. They will duel it out at 4:30 right here on CBS and Nickelodeon. Then on NBC, the Steelers battle the Chiefs in prime time. And the weekend concludes Monday night with the Cards and the Rams on ESPN as we welcome you back to the State Farm postgame show. Final thoughts, and we'll start with you, not Phil, but Phil.
All right. Talking about the Dallas and the San Francisco 49ers, I would say to the quarterbacks, look out. We got two teams on defense that can really rush the passer. How will the Dallas Cowboys react to the running game of the San Francisco 49ers? Can't wait to see that. And, of course, the wide receivers of the Dallas Cowboys, very good. We'll see what happens.
Deebo Samuel's not that bad for San Francisco as well when you talk about receivers. But to me, this is about Dan Quinn going against Kyle Shanahan.
There you go.
Dan Quinn having a chance to put the final piece of his resume as he looks to get another head coaching job, going against the guy that gave him his chance. That was Kyle Shanahan. Obviously, he was offensive coordinator in the last Super Bowl. So it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds and how Dan Quinn tries to slow down that running game.
You know, the one thing I will say about this game, there's a lot of great players on both sides of the rosters. I mean, like from Micah Parsons, who had an incredible rookie year, to the All-Pro team, to Deebo Samuel, to Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead. I mean, come on. I mean, C.D. Lamb, and I mean, you got
Kittle.
Stars everywhere. George Kittle gets stars everywhere. Hopefully this game is going to be a lot better than tonight's game was, and I think it will be, just simply because both defenses, as Phil said, if you're a quarterback going into this game,
look out.
You're not sleeping well tonight, I can tell you that.
And we've had one road team win every one of the, I think, the last 3 or 4 years. Who will be the road team maybe tomorrow or Monday night that could win? We had 3 home teams win this today, and we'll see how it unfolds tomorrow.
So,
you know, as
we might ask you tomorrow then,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, Boomer, it comes out, I like to say it this, somebody said it to me earlier this week. Both of these teams got a lot of dudes. Yeah, I mean, they got dudes. And, you know, you think, you looking on the outside, we're not in the playoffs, and you look at the Cowboys and the 49ers, you go, oh, my gosh, they got difference makers, and quite a few of them on both sides of the football. Offensive lines, receivers, whatever you want to say, pass rushers. So there's a reason why these teams, good rosters, are in this situation.
I like that athletic term, a lot of dudes.
Dudes. We all know what a dude is,
like
man. He's a bad guy.
It's kind of like us up here, dudes. You know what I'm saying? Just hanging out, talking football. You know, one thing I will say about tomorrow's game in Dallas is I'm really interested to see how many San Francisco 49er fans show up. We saw them show up last week in L.A., and I know everybody's worried about, are they going to invade Dallas?
Cowboys, they don't give up those tickets very easy down there.
I wouldn't.
That does it for the dudes here in Studio 43. We will see you tomorrow right here on CBS. Have a wonderful evening.
At Fidelity, your dedicated advisor will work with you on a comprehensive wealth plan across your full financial picture. A plan with tax-smart investing strategies designed to help you keep more of what you earn. This is the planning effect.
CBS Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.